So, London Marathon 2022. Here's what I have to say about it. Honestly, as an event, as a whole, what an event it was. This video is just going to be me about talking about my stages of why I ran for Health Heroes and why I essentially, basically what I've done over the week and obviously upcoming the marathon day. Obviously, like every other runner, I got my kit bag. Let me get my kit bag actually. I can't actually find my kit bag. Hold on. Couldn't actually find my kit bag because it was over there, hiding behind my finisher top that I got for the London Marathon, obviously after finishing. This is my kit bag. So leading up to the marathon, you have to go collect your kit bag, which have your number, and that's actually it. Really, it has your number. To be fair, I can't actually remember what else it had in there. It had something else in there, but I actually can't remember what else was in it. And you get your little stick-on number for your kit bag, so that when you hand it to the people who are doing the event, you can actually collect it after you've run and after you finish the marathon. So this is what the kit bag looks like. Here's my number. Obviously I lost my sticker, so I literally printed one out and just stuck it on there. And what you essentially put in the kit bag is what you want after the race. You want it to be warm, so you want to put a jumper in there, you want to put a bit of water in there, put a bit of sugar in there, something that's sugary, like a sugary drink, something like that. To be fair, what they did do, they did already put a Lucozade Sport in there for me already, so that was quite nice of them. After you get your kit bag, all you literally do is it's literally just rest and getting ready for the actual marathon day. But leading up to the marathon, obviously, I had to drink a lot of water. I drank a lot of water, just get all the toxins out, get all the toxic stuff. Because I'm not gonna lie, when it comes to drinking water, I am not the best. I'm not the best. I'm usually someone who just likes to get a can of Coke and just drink that. I'm more than happy with that. But yeah, as soon as I got my kit bag, I literally went home. After that, it was all literally just wait. It was a waiting game really for me. I stayed at my uncle's house prior to the marathon day. So I was running on the Sunday and I stayed at my uncle's on the Saturday because of train strikes. Why do train strikes at the 1st of October when everyone needs them? I don't know how many people actually got to the marathon, because I'm sure that some people wouldn't be able to get to the marathon because of the train strikes. Hopefully everyone got there in the end, because honestly, the day, I hope everyone got to experience it, all the runners. I hope all the runners made it to experience it, because it was such an amazing day, such an amazing day. But yeah, I stayed at my uncle's house because obviously on the Sunday, all trains would be back to normal because train strikes would have ended by then. And yeah, because he lives in London, it was quite easy just hop on a train and go to Greenwich, to be honest, because I was on the Red Star. I was a red starter because I had the red thing. I'll just show you quickly. Because I have red numbering here, it meant that I had to go to the Red Star. But yeah, after staying at my uncle's house on the Saturday, when I woke up on the Sunday, I woke up really early. I had some toast with peanut butter as well, just so I can get my energy up for the whole day, because it's going to be a long day for me, especially if I'm running a whole marathon, which is like 26 miles. So it was something that I had to really prepare for. I wasn't actually nervous at the time. I wasn't really nervous. I was more excited more than anything. It's quite weird because everyone around me was like, "Are you nervous? Are you nervous?" I'm like, "No, I'm not." I was quite keen. I was just quite calm and just, I was trying to just sort of take in the moment, to be honest, because it was a big moment for me. It was my first ever marathon, and when you have your first ever marathon, everyone looks at you like you're doing another marathon for your first marathon. Because if you didn't know, that I actually run for Health Heroes, and I ran in army boots and like just army gear, like rucksack, 10k G rucksack, everything. It was quite a challenge for me, especially for my first marathon. I think that's what everyone was so shocked about. Everyone was like, "Why are you doing this for your first marathon? You're crazy." Yeah, when I got to the park, obviously my family can't actually come to the participants area, so they just waved me off, being like, "Goodbye, good luck." Props to my auntie. She fully had a whole plan of where they're gonna go and see me, running and stuff. So it was quite sweet of them. I really do really appreciate my auntie. The feeling of running past my family and them cheering me on, it is a feeling that you can't really recreate. It was a really good feeling, really good feeling. When you go to the actual participants area and stuff and actually go in, they have like a long row of lorries where you put your kit bag in, for example, whatever you want in there, like I said earlier, and you put it on a lorry that has your number. You'll have, like, let's say 4,000 to 5,000, and the number you are between, you go put it in that lorry, in a sense. It was so organized, and I was just like that's quite cool, that's quite smart. And what you do, you give your kit bag to the lorry, like the lorry, they put it in the back of the lorry, etc., and then they'll drive to the finish line, where you go collect it after you finish. After dropping off my kit bag, I went to my designated wave, which it says on the actual bib, the picture bib number, it says, for me, it said wave 12. Because they do it in batches. They do it in batches because so many people run it. They can't have just a batch of people or like everyone just running like straight away. They need to have batches of people that run, because obviously there's going to be people who are faster, slower in the waves. You don't actually all mix together at once. It's like a 5k, about, I think it was like 5k, and then everyone mixes in. You've got your blue zone, you've got your red assembly, you've got your yellow. So everyone just comes into one at some point. But once I got started, honestly, the feeling of starting the marathon was crazy. It was very overwhelming, very overwhelming. The people that are on the sideline, and just, you know, when you're running, you just see people cheering you on, you know, with their you know, the foam fingers and the clapping, the bells are ringing and stuff, and then they're going, go on, you can do it. It's such an amazing feeling, such an amazing feeling. Like, in a way, you forget that you're running a marathon because you have all these people cheering you on. You sort of just focus on everyone that's cheering you on and saying thank you to them, that you sort of just forget like that you're running. As soon as you know it, you're on like mile 1, mile 2, mile 3, mile 4, mile 5. There was a point where I was on mile 10 and I literally just didn't realize I was mile 10 because everyone was cheering you on and you're just too focused on saying thank you, or like, you know, the atmosphere there was incredible. Like, it was absolutely incredible. The only thing for me, the main concern for me is just starting off too fast. It's quite difficult not to start too fast and not too slow, because I'll say to you, hold on, let me get my boot. Let me get my boots. So these are the boots I ran in, yeah. And when everyone was saying don't start off too fast and don't start off too slow, it was very hard for me because these have no sort of way of absorbing the ground. When like trainers have that support of that foam that, you know, that obviously you know, crushes down into a smaller bit to like support your foot as you're running, then you couldn't actually be fully supported. I couldn't go too slow, otherwise I would trip up, and I couldn't go too fast because it was just, you know, obviously I wouldn't have done so well, and obviously my knees were probably gave in earlier on. So it was a lot more difficult for me because obviously I had to, you know, obviously, you know, conserve my energy and conserve my my legs and stuff. So I had to go at the slowest pace I possibly could. From mile 1 and mile 15, I felt good. My plan was really to do a 45-minute run and 15-minute walk, so on and so forth. Obviously this gave my like legs time to rest, and it also gave me a time to like catch my breath, catch all my like, you know, just relax a bit more, so that I can be ready for the next phase of running, which was the next 45 minutes. Obviously I didn't actually stick to this plan. It was around mile 6 where I just stopped just to take a little bit of a walk. Honestly, my legs were gone. I could not feel my legs. It was just one of them things where, you know, you're running for so long that your legs just, you know, are constantly moving, that your legs just sort of lose feeling. I don't know if anyone else had the similar thing if they ran the marathon before, but I noticed if I walk, it will just hurt more. The pain will just start sinking in, start settling more. If I had a rhythm, I'll be fine. As long as I get a rhythm and a pace, I should be fine, and I should be able to do this quite easily with a bit of dedication and a bit of you know, a bit of motivation, which the motivation was being drawn by the crowd, because the crowd helped so much. Without the crowd, don't think I'd have done it. Through the miles, honestly, it just got a bit worse and worse for me. It was my hip flexors that just got the worst out of all of my body. It was just because the sheer amount of weight that the boots weighed. Like, these boots probably weigh at least 5 kg, at least. So it was a bit hard for me. It was like, you know, an extra 5 kg on my legs to just walk and run and just keep walking and running. It would just obviously have a big impact on me as the minutes and hours went on. My calf kept cramping up. Like, it was my left calf that kept cramping up. I'll explain to you why it kept cramping up, but it just kept cramping up to the point where I had to go to the side of the road every time, stretch, keep going, side, stretch, keep going. It was one of them things where I had to keep stopping and keep stopping and keep stretching. It was difficult. It was difficult to keep going. When you have cramps settle in your calf or your any other muscle really, and you keep running, it can be quite a big factor, because there was a point where I was just like, I'm cramping too much. I can't finish this. Because if I was cramping on the 18th mile, imagine what I'd be like on the 24th mile or the 26th mile. Couldn't let down the people around me. Couldn't let down my family. That was the one thing that kept me going, was not letting down my family. That's the one thing. I didn't want to let down anyone who donated, all the people who were supported me during the months of me training and obviously donating. So obviously these boots, they are high boots. Like this probably comes up to the bottom of my calf. So it was just a bit more harder to actually run. I feel like what was happening is that, let's say this is the boot, like the brim of the boot, and this is my calf. It kept bashing on to that, and I think that's the reason why my calf was cramping so much, because my calf just kept bashing onto the brim of the boot and I couldn't do anything about it. My calf just didn't have the mobility that it's used to, and that was just when I was just like, Jesus, this is going to be tough. This is going to be tough for me. The one thing that I'm really grateful for though is pacers. Honestly, the pacers saved me. They saved me. So during the marathon you have these things called pacers, and there's it's like 1 or 2 people with a flag that has the hour that they finish in. When I was really struggling, these 7-hour pacers went past me, and I was just like, do you know what, let's just stick with them. Let's stick with them. But number 7, like the 7 was just like 7 hours finish, so if I stayed with them I would finish in at least 7 hours. But these pacers, honestly, they were amazing. They you know, they stuck with us. They made sure all of us was okay, kept going, and honestly the pacing was really good. It was more like a run for, I think, 10 seconds, walk for 10 seconds, run for 10 seconds, run for 10 seconds, and it just works out. It just made up the time, made up the miles. I think I joined them around mile 22, and then I left them around mile 25. When I saw the main home straight, I just went for it. I went for it. The home straight is where the most people are. The most, you know, people are going, go on, you're nearly there, 1 mile to go. And you're just there like, okay, I got to do it. I got to go. I've got to go. I think I was in like the zone. You know, when you go in, I was in the zone. I remember my girlfriend telling me that she actually saw me on one of the home straights. I just didn't realise. I didn't see. I wasn't looking. I was just looking down and running. I wasn't even doing anything. I was so like zoned in on just finishing. It was crazy when I actually saw the video of me, because I looked like I was hurting and I needed to go. The feeling of crossing that finish line was honestly amazing. I think that's one of the reasons why I kept going as well. It was the feeling of finishing from mile 7 at least. I was just like, imagine the feeling of crossing that line. I thought I was going to cry when I was going to cross that finish line, because the amount of hours I've put into work, the amount of hours that I was on that road for, just running with those boots as well, and the rucksack, my back was killing me as well. Probably one of the sorest things, believe it or not, ever. It was my shoulders and my traps right here. I was taking off my backpack during the marathon 100%. But when I crossed that finish line, I was just like, wow, I've done it. Like, I've completed it. The one thing that I said to everyone that I was going to do and that I was going to complete, I've done it. I know there was a lot of people out there being like, no, he ain't going to do that in boots. No way, he's not going to finish that. He can't do that. No, surely not. The amount of people that I knew has said that about me, and probably said it to me. I think a couple of people actually said it to me as well, being like, you won't be able to do that, I don't think. But the feeling of my whole family like running towards me, like reuniting with me, being like, we're so proud of you, well done. Especially my girlfriend who ran towards me. She was one of the first to run towards me and hug me and stuff. She's amazing. She really does support me. I do love her so much. I'm so happy to call her my girlfriend. She's actually amazing. She's such an amazing person. But no, seriously, if you're watching this video and you're thinking about doing the marathon, do it. Like, honestly, do it. So worth it. It's so worth it. But no, if you're thinking about doing the marathon, honestly, do it. It's one of the best things ever. Crossing that finish line as well is the best feeling ever. And having all those people who have raised money for charity and running for charity as well. The atmosphere there is just incredible, because you're all there for the same reason. You're all there for charity. You're all there just having the same challenge, the same target, which is to cross that finish line. But no, all in all, it was such a good event. It was one of them things that I've always wanted to do, always wanted to take part in. It's so good that you can't actually explain the words. Like, you can't get the words out to explain how amazing it was. But yeah, London Marathon 2022, completed. I might be running next year. I have decided I might be running next year. Obviously, I'll choose a charity and then obviously share that charity with you once I know which charity. But I will be doing it normally next year. I will be doing it in trainers. I won't be doing it in the boots or anything. I'll do it normally. I hope you enjoyed this video. Honestly, I will start doing more videos like this. I thought this would be a really good starter video for my channel. So yeah, it's just been really nice to just talk about my experience, really. London Marathon 2022, eh?